Previously on Pokemon D&D Kanto Edition, Jazz and Roland found themselves in a pretty big battle in front of Team Rocket's boss area, Eldon. They were fighting each other to see who got to join Team Rocket, or was there other motives? Brawly was locked away in a cage, and Kaina was being pretty stealthy on the roof. So, figure out what happens now on Pokemon D&D Kanto Edition.
T.L.P.C. Nation, our people, we are back at another episode of Pokemon D&D Kanto. How's everyone doing today?
Good.
I love it. Looks like everyone is doing good. Last time on Pokemon D&D Kanto, from what I just saw on video, refreshing my memory, we had Jazz and Roland battling each other with their Weedles. They both had made a play. They both, I believe, evaded each other with string shots targeted at the trainers themselves. Eldon is testing both of them to see where their loyalty lies. We have Kaina on top of the concrete building. That's where she was left off. We have Brawly in shackles in one of the cages with 3 other trainers that are passed out in the cage as well, also locked up in shackles. With that being said, we are going to go ahead and we're going to roll for initiative to see where we start out.
Okie dokie.
I'm going to pull up the Roll20 real quick here so I can see what you're doing.
Is that everyone's rolling?
Yes, please.
Everyone, Kira. You're welcome.
I live up here now. I'm getting soft tacos later. I'll eventually find a new
18.
roll.
Alright.
I have a 21.
Are you kidding me?
I rolled a 19.
Okay, so this will just be a plain initiative roll without character bonuses.
15. So 19.
Oh,
19.
15. If it's without, it's without the initiatives.
This is just like a plain roll to see who goes first, D20. Okay, so I think Brawly, from what I've heard, has the highest roll in action.
I got 14.
Okay, so we're going to start out with Brawly. He's pretending to be asleep. He's in shackles. Is there anything, would you like to continue to be asleep and kind of observe? Or would you like to try to, since you're the strongest character, would you like to try to break out potentially with a high check of your shackles?
Well, my main question is it possible?
If you roll me something like, you know, nat 20 or 20 plus, maybe I could work with that.
Alright, I'm gonna go for it. Might as well. Yeah, that's a 10, boss.
So you kind of gave it a good shake, but you've, as a character, determined that kind of being in a stealth mode, pretending to sleep was probably the better option. Maybe you might feel inspired later to Hulk out on the shackles. Is there anything else you'd kind of like to do? I know there's not much you can do, but I want to at least give you that option.
Can I peek around at my surroundings without trying to make like known that I'm not sleeping?
Absolutely. Go ahead, peek around, make a perception roll, and then tell me what you're trying to perceive.
I'm gonna try and see. Try and get a better. I want to kind of look inside the cage because I haven't got to see it.
Okay.
Because I've been acting like I was asleep. So I kind of just want to take a quick glance at my surroundings, I guess you would say.
Okay, go ahead.
That is a corner.
You want this closer?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Get that
So
dice.
perception. That's gonna be a 10.
Okay, with the 10, you look around.
10s tonight.
Huh.
Did you have a 10 on your roll, Kira?
On my initiative roll and on my HP roll for Oreos.
Oh, dang.
This can't be a night of 10s. Come on, we
I
can't
have
do it.
not rolled above a 10 this entire night, and I'm better get it out of my system now.
So with the 10, I'm gonna give you. You look around. You see 3 trainers that you're already aware are in the cage with you. I'll give you genders.
Okay.
So you see a female trainer that's passed out right now, looking very exhausted, beat up, scratch marks, kind of just looks like she has been in this cage for days, probably hardly fed whatsoever. You also see... Oh, is that her?
Everyone meet our new player played by Kira, Nebula, whose partner is Mimikyu.
Oh, I love the art, by the way, Kira. That's phenomenal. Love the art.
Thank you.
Yes.
I feel like it's worth notice.
I should-
Note that I did not draw that myself.
By the way, Kira's character is Nebula. Just want to throw it out there.
We'll get to that.
I know we will. So essentially, the description of that trainer is purple hair, very light colored skin, so Caucasian. Can I see that one more time? That picture, please. Black shirt with, it looks like a purple, dark purple tie, and a dark purple skirt. Is that correct, Nebula?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. That is what you see, and she's passed out, beaten up. You see 2 other trainers. One other is female, the other one is male, and they're wearing what you would seem to have perceived normal Kanto gear, nothing out of the norm. You look around and you see that the cage is pretty bare. You see that there's a collar on the other 3 trainers as well. You see that there is a steel padlock on the door.
Okay.
With a 10, that's a pretty good amount of information.
Do I have a collar on?
You do.
Okay.
But you've noticed that it hasn't given you any trouble. So, let me change music real quick. Is that everything you'd like to do with your turn, Brawly, or would you like to do more? I know that you're kind of limited.
Decisions.
I would say that, even though you are shackled, you do have room to move around in the cage.
Yeah, I don't really want them to know I'm awake.
Right, so that probably wouldn't be... I'm just saying maybe if you want to try to shake another trainer awake. I don't know. I'm going to leave all these decisions to you. I'm just letting you know if you wanted to move around.
Question.
Yeah.
Did I see how far away this battle is happening from the cage?
So, it's in the center. I'm going to say it's roughly 20 yards out from where you're... Because you're on the far outskirts, on the west side of this campsite.
So, essentially, they're not right next to me.
No.
Okay.
Maybe if you screamed at the top of your lungs, they could hear you. You do have a guard outside the cage.
That's a big problem. And is he close to me? Or how close is he to the cage, I should ask?
Probably 4 feet away from the door.
That changes my mind a little bit on what I'm thinking about doing. So I was thinking I might try and whisper, try and see if I can wake someone up.
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a...
But I'm not sure I want to with that guy so close.
Do you want to pass round and think about it, and then maybe on your next round you make a decision, or would you like just a little bit more time to determine what you'd like to do?
Well, I really don't want this guy to hear me because that's going to be bad news.
So the check that I will have you make is a stealth check. If that's what you want to do, to be stealthy in the sense of what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I'm going to try that.
What trainer are you trying to wake up?
The one closest to me.
Okay, so that would be one of the female trainers, one that looked like normal to you.
Okay.
Or normal in the sense of regular Kanto gear, nothing out of the normal.
Normal as in neutral hair color.
Yes, and just kind of Kanto gear in general. From what you've seen to be like the normal.
No. This could go really bad by myself.
If it's misbehaving, put it in the nice jail.
I mean, you will have another round if you want to kind of think about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything right now.
Okay.
I think I'm going to pass my round over.
All right.
I don't think it makes any sense to try and cause a distraction at this point.
Right, you're going to hold that moment for a better opportunity.
Yeah. Surprise. Maybe. We'll see.
Right. And maybe if you rolled high enough stealth, you could wake up one of these trainers and pry for information if that's something you found valuable, or kind of maybe coordinate something, but I'm going to leave that all entirely to you.
Hi everyone, Editor here. So we had a little bit of a technical issue where part of the video went into the last video to make sense. So we're going to play a minute or so, you guys can remember what's going on, and we can figure out what happens to Roland.
That destabilizes you.
Got it. And then you go back into a reset on your rolls.
Sometimes it's a reset, sometimes it's not. Depends on the DM.
Got it.
Maybe not that.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you. Alright, so Roland, it is now your turn. I need you to roll me a d4, please. So, So, Jazz's Weedle rushes forward, and as you would think that it was going to hit the other Weedle, it jumps over the Weedle and hits Roland with its poison stinger, poisoning Roland. Roland goes down to one knee in agony as it has been stung by a big pointer off Jazz's Weedle. You can tell that, and as a character, does not feel well, as it looks like he has been poisoned. So you will have 3 HP. And at the beginning of all your turns, you're going to be taking negative hits. Or just one d4.
Here's a question that hasn't been asked in the Pokemon universe. Do potions work on humans?
Nope. They don't. That question has been asked.
Concludes today's questions about the world of Pokemon, I guess.
Looks like I'm gonna go ahead and poison sting Jazz.
Roll to hit. What's your AC, Jazz? What's your HP?
It doesn't hit anyway.
You are one lucky ducky.
AC is 13, and then HP is 14.
HP is 14, AC is what?
13.
Okay.
And then
14 and 13. Alright, so with that being said, you notice both trainers' Weedles have been fighting it out. They're trying to gain momentum. Both trainers' Weedles at the same time start glowing white. And in this process of glowing white, you start to see their form of Weedle change into something more. Both of your Weedles have evolved into Kakunas. Alright, so I think we've been doing this for a good little minute. I'm going to move over to Kaina. Kaina, you're on top of a concrete building. Oh wait, before I move forward, there's something else I need to do. So, you look, as you see, Eldon is semi-growing impatient with how things are going. And he realizes through his knowledge of what he has seen with the security that he knows that there is one other intruder.
There.
Alright,
Doesn't matter, you're invisible.
so he throws out a Pokeball. You see a purple
Counterspell.
ghost-like Pokemon that no one has seen. So you don't know what it is. Except it's purple and it's ghost-like. He looks over to his Pokemon with pride. As Eldon, he says, Ryuk, find the final intruder. Bring him to me. If he gives you resistance, kill him. Or her.
No, you said him. You said him. Therefore, I should have immunity, because I'm not a dude.
He probably doesn't know exactly what gender you are.
Don't really.
To be fair. So, the Pokemon looks to its master, nods,
Yeah.
and disappears into the ground. I'm starting a timer. It is your turn, Kaina.
Well, it's about to reach down. So, I mean, where are they in relation to the building?
So they're about 20 yards away from you.
Wait.
Okay.
Because you guys are center. Each edge, or each, like, for everything from the center is about 20 yards.
Okay.
So the compound is at the north. The concrete compound.
Hey, if you are using descriptions, I want you to pause the timer, because that shouldn't count against me.
Okay. I will.
Because I asked a question and you went off on a tangent about other stuff.
That's true. I just paused it, and when you start, I'll give you about 15 seconds. To be fair, you don't know how long the timer is, so you might have more time than you think.
But at the same time, you're wasting my time by going off on something else for someone else. You're on a timer, and I'm like, I'm not even going to do anything because you're talking.
I like it. That is fair. That's fair. So, I paused the timer.
Okay.
Your question was how far away the compound was from, compound to where they are at battling, correct? Mm-hmm. About 20 yards.
Okay. Well, I'm
gonna give you about 15 seconds. I'm gonna start it.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna go back down the ladder and then go down the stairs and out the door.
Okay.
With my phenomenal stealth check still.
Okay, got it. What would you like to do?
I'm going to
Nancy's office.
go around the compound, like I want to go around the edge and over towards the cages because they're not near the cages is what you said.
No.
Okay. And then I'm going to... Would I be able to release send out a Pokemon right now?
Depending on where you're at, yes. But in the sense, you could release a Pokemon, but depending on where you're at, will that reveal your location? Is depending on where you're at.
Okay, yeah. I want to be behind the cages, behind the guards and everything. The guards looking out.
So if you're behind the cage, you release a Pokemon, yes, that's going to alert somebody.
Well, not directly behind the cages, by that wall that's behind the cages. Does that make sense?
Because you said there was a wall.
Because you said there's a wall 20 feet away from the cages or something like that.
The forest wall?
The forest wall.
Yeah. I think that's
Oh, so when I said wall, I probably meant the perimeter, the boundary.
Whenever you said wall, you said there was a wall put in place with torches on it.
Okay, so
Yeah, so that's why I've been picturing like
So the wall, there's no wall. It's just like the boundary of the extends to the edge of the forest where there's trees and there's torches. I probably said wall when I shouldn't have because that gave off the wrong impression. There's no walls on the outside where the forest is. The only walls are
can you
at.
pause the timer because I have a question about that.
Okay.
If there's no wall, how is there a gate?
Are you talking about like a cage?
You said there was a gate to the wall, and like I'm out of character right now because you said there was a wall that we had to climb to look over because that's why we were in the trees, and then you said that there was a guard at the gate because there was a gate we had to go through.
Like when you like the first entrance.
Yeah, when we first went in, you said there was a gate.
I don't recall any of this.
Because we had our...
You did say there was a gate.
Okay.
Because we had to fight on... We fought on the path, and then you said there was a guard at the gate, and that's the one that Roland went to, and with the note. And then Roland got taken by the guard at the gate into the middle, and the guard from the gate went back to the gate.
Okay, so I need to slow down on doing descriptions because when I probably meant gate, I probably was talking about like the gate entrance. Yeah, I see why you're confused.
But there was a wall we had to climb up trees to see over.
Is that what I said initially?
Yeah, that's why we were all in the trees.
I think the wall is made of trees. Like there's like an enclosure within like a forest boundary.
Yes, that's what I initially meant.
Okay, so can I be back there then? And what I
Like behind the trees?
Yeah, like just like in the trees.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, question though, can you release Pokemon into midair?
Like throw the Pokeball into the air and then it opens in the air.
And then they fall to the ground?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to be behind like the gate, I guess. Like I'm gonna be behind like the cages area.
The cage area, but you're in the forest.
I'm actually gonna say no on that.
Okay.
And I'm going to let out Caspian and tell him to attack. I want him to attack the guard at the gate. At the cage. Sorry.
And so he's throwing it up from the air, dropping down to attack the guard. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, dinosaur in the sky. I want to toss it so it's like a little bit above his head.
Yeah.
It's not enough for Caspian's not going to fall and do a bunch of damage. Caspian's not going to fall and do damage to him, but I want to element of surprise, dinosaur on your head.
Okay. So you're tossing Caspian over the cage. He releases and he falls next to the grunt, is what you're saying.
No, on top of him.
Okay, well...
Hi there, editor, back once again. And I'm here to save you a lot of time from what happened in-game. So we don't use maps, and that's a big problem of why we have a lot of miscommunication on how things are. So kind of thought that the cages were a certain height, while Joel had them set at another height. So I'm going to be using visual representation to kind of help, smooth everything out so people can know what was actually going on. Don't mind my mess here. I wasn't expecting to have to do this, so... Alright. So the cage is here. This cage is about 6 foot tall from what Joel has told us. And then the guard is in front of the cage, but it's directly in the middle, if you'll see here in a second. Yep, there's a little guard. And then Kaina is behind the cage. So Kaina's plan is to throw Caspian over the cage because Kaina didn't know how big the cage was to begin with. But now it made sense once he explained it that the guard was a little too far. So Kaina had to come out a little bit around that cage to get the angle to throw it. So theoretically, this is what it should have looked like. Kind of throwing the ball over the guard and Caspian being released on top of the guard to kind of stun the guard. But after a lot of communication and whatnot, we decided to just break it down. We drew a little map on paper in person. I don't have a picture of that anymore. And the guard is a little bit more towards the right of the cage, about 4 feet in front. So, Kina's plan still could work. But we went on for hours about this, and it didn't really matter in the end, because Kina decided to do something different. But you'll see that next video. So while this finishes playing out, we're not going to have a traditional end screen on this video just because it's not really a smooth transition. So I'm just going to ask that you guys like and subscribe if you like the video. Come back again. We're going to be planning on putting one of these up every Sunday. And we're going to be doing more Pokemon content, like Pokemon Unite, maybe some Gen 4 content going back to our roots. Maybe a little bit of Gen 9 content. Just leave us a comment on what you would like to see, you know. We're always open. And from one editor to the group, T.L.P.C. Nation, I hope you have a great day. And thank you for watching.